I have Tom Ford's Bois Marocain. This actually came out in 2009, I believe, but they re-released it in 2022. Um, it's it's okay, I guess. If I had to have, a top 20 Tom Ford, maybe this would be up there. I just think it has a Tom Ford DNA. I just think it's woody, slight animalic. That's really it. I get a lot of cedar wood and maybe kind of like a slight Christmassiness, like Hobby Lobby or pine cones or pine needles or something like that. Maybe it's patchouli mixed with the cedar and juniper. Uh, I don't know. It's just basically cedar wood with a slight animalic. The thing is, this doesn't last at all. Maybe 30 minutes or so. I mean, it's nice. It's nice. I like it better than what's that brand's name? Uh I like it better than like the Gandyman fragrance and Mark Anton Boas or whatever. I don't know. The brand that makes Gandyman, they have some woody scents that are ultra synthetic. I feel like this one is a little more natural than those. Not as big or complex. It's just I think the slight animalic it's makes the woodiness interesting, but it's kind of basic and it doesn't last long. I feel like there's more interesting stuff out there for the money. But, I went to cosmetic company store recently. It's an Estee Lauder discount store. There's like three in Houston where I'm at. I'm sure there's more around. And a lot of times they have for Estee Lauder fragrances heavily discounted. So for instance, this one runs $295 USD and they had 30% off. So that would put it at like 200 roughly. And then if you spend over 200, then you get an additional 25% off. So that would put this at about 150, a little over 150. So about 50% off total almost. And for that, that's like a designer price. It's not bad. If anyone's interested, the cosmetic company store, the other Tom Fords they have was Rose de Amalfi and Rose de China. Rose de China, I don't know how to say that. And yeah, that was it for the Tom Fords that I remember. They might have had white suede there. I know a lot of them do. I just saw the body oil. They had some Frederick Malls too, but they were only 100 mLs. I like 50 mLs. The Frederick Malls they have were Cologne and Demobil, however you say that. Synthetic Jungle discontinued actually. They had the not Synthetic Nature, the Synthetic Jungle, and they had Geranium Port Monsieur. I don't know if they came with the packaging or anything like that. They had a lot of Joe Malones too. But the Tom Fords were all wrapped up, brand new. And I feel like, if you like Tom Fords, that's the way to go. Because a lot of times the Tom Fords I like will go to discounters or the cosmetic company stores. But then again, the popular ones are good too. It just kind of depends. You just got to keep an eye out for them. But yeah, I would probably pass on this one. At 150, I was tempted, but it's just so light and fleeting. It doesn't add anything to the collection. If you want a slightly animalic cedar wood, then this is nice. At first I thought it gave me the impression of being out in the woods, and it kind of does, but it just doesn't last. And I just feel like it, slightly cedarwood animalic isn't that interesting. Overall, I feel like you could probably find better. These samples are on Macari for cheap. There's a lot of these samples. I don't know why. You can get it for like, if you find a good deal, 2 for $10 or $8 a sample. A lot of them, they have 6 Tom Fords for like 30, $40 if you're lucky. That's a good way to sample them. Yeah, Tom Ford's. A lot of them had this underlying woodiness to them. Maybe it's just recently because they had like these woody collections, like the Santal one, Santal Blush or whatever, and Ebon and Fume, and the Myrrh one. I have a sample of the Myrrh one too. Maybe I'll review that. I like this one better than the Myrrh one. The Myrrh one was amber woody, like maybe interesting designer, and they want 400 for like a 50 ml of that one. I just thought it wasn't that interesting. I don't really remember any myrrh in it. I mean, I burn myrrh essential oil at home, so maybe I'm expecting, a big myrrh because I'm used to smelling that, but that one was more designer like to me. Like synthetic aroma chemicals. This more than likely has ISOE super. In fact, I'm sure it does. Uh, but yeah, I would prefer something like Diptyque's Tom Dow, the EDT is a nicer cedar wood that's more interesting. The EDP is good too. I feel like Diptyque's, the EDPs also have like more modern aroma chemicals. To me, they're like have an amber woody base, the EDP, and it smooths them out. They're not overly done. The EDP is good too, don't get me wrong. That one's like more creamy sandalwood. With Diptyque, I get more like, with the EDP, I get like a peanut butter kind of creaminess to it, whereas the EDT is more cedar. I would go that one before I would go this one personally. And it's cheaper, I believe, even if this is discounted. Yeah, I mean, it's worth sampling. It's Tom Ford. I feel like all of Tom Fords are worth sampling. Their prices are ridiculous. I mean, at least they're not constantly going up like Chanel or some of these other brands, but I mean, Tom Ford has some massive jumps, and regardless, they're still more expensive. 50 ml at $300 or $400, but it's crazy. I could see them hitting $500 for 50 ml soon. I feel like Chanel is going to be $400 for 50 ml soon. They'll probably do $25 a year or something, but it's getting ridiculous. And yeah, just this cedarwood slightly animalic doesn't make it interesting enough for me. Maybe if you're like getting tired of designers and you're going more niche, this might be a good intro to like, yeah, slight animalics. If even it's, I keep saying it's animalic, it's really not that much. It's just a bit. But if you like cedarwood, then this would be worth a try. But for most of us, I feel like cedarwood's not going to warrant a buy. But I don't see a lot of reviews on this one for Granica. It's not talked about a lot. From the reviews I did read, a lot of them kind of agree with me with it being fleeting and not lasting. Um, I don't I don't know what the difference was of the original. I think some people say that was stronger, but fragrances tend to get stronger over time for me. I doubt it was that much stronger. It might have just been the age, but yeah, if anyone's tried this one out, let me know what you think. I feel like it might be, I don't know. I guess not many people have a strong opinion on it, probably because it's just kind of like whatever. But yeah, let me know what you think if you tried this.